So for this topic, we're going to be discussing risk versus reward. Let's talk about what is risk versus reward. It's the possible profit that a particular activity may make in relation to the risk involved in doing it. Entrepreneurs are risk takers, a common assumption in today's world. There is truth. Why? Funding a business requires you to go out of your own and put your personal assets on the line. So in this presentation, we're going to be talking about funding your venture through angel investor, venture capital, crowdfunding, and debt financing. There are many risks in using an angel investor, but the primary two are percent of ownership is lost when you use an angel investor, and loss of full control, meaning that there is now another stakeholder/shareholder to look out for. Though there are risks in using an angel investor, there are many rewards. Money received is not a loan, but instead it's an investment. You also get insight from a seasoned professional who's been in the industry for quite a bit of time and knows what they're doing. That in return will increase your success rate in your business. There are risks in using venture capital. Loss of ownership and control is when you provide capital in return for a stake in the equity of a company. Early redemption possibility is that a venture capitalist can decide to redeem the investment anytime within 3 to 5 years, and it may require a high return on the original investment, and that meaning that it'll add a lot of stress and pressure on the business. The reward for using venture capital is that you gain guidance and expertise from an industry professional who understands the market. You increase your network and connections through this industry professional. There's no obligation for repayment, such as debt financing, and there's an abundance of opportunities for expansion. The risk of using crowdfunding is that there's a greater risk of failure. Unlike angel investors and venture capitalists, crowdfunding will run a greater risk of failure because of the lack of seasoned professionals to guide them to success. It takes years to materialize. There's many false positives of idea validation, as well as fraud that could potentially happen. The reward of using crowdfunding is that there's no loss of equity. Investors are being rewarded with perks, not equity. Your fundies finance your product. You get to test the market, create momentum, build the market, and opportunities can accelerate your business from the start. The risk of using debt financing is risk of repayment. Monthly debt service repayments, financing terms can change over time, and variable interest rates. Too much debt can negatively impact your profitability and valuation. Failing to make payments by a specific date result in late fees and penalties, and collateral in order to qualify, sometimes requiring personal assets to satisfy. The reward for debt financing, unlike the other three, is that you have full ownership. There's a temporary relationship with the borrower. Once the debt is paid, the relationship concludes. And predictability. Loans clearly define the term of a loan and the interest rate, so borrowers can accurately forecast and manage this aspect of their cash flow.